Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Monday live stream. Looks like we got a few people here. Daryl, Susan, Charlie, Pony Girl, and a lot of others. We are back from New Jersey. How? It was nice to meet you. Daryl, great to meet you. It was great to meet everyone. Victor, not Susan though. Didn't meet Susan. Chris, good to see you again down there. Sorry I couldn't go to New York with you, although I wish I could. Nisi, hello, and everyone else, hello. Good afternoon, yes. Was the experience aquatic? I mean, not for me. I didn't go into any water, but, sure. Everyone rolling in. We'll give them a minute. Let everyone get settled in. Angelo, hello. Mr. B, hello. Denny Close, hello. JH Aquatics. Oh, JH. I forgot to come back for the interview. Whoops. Q Aquatics, hello. It was nice to meet you as well. Met a lot of people. Bad Bob, I don't know why I'm Bad Bob. Impressions of New Jersey. Well, I'm not going back. I miss you already too, buddy. Thanks, Chris, with the $4.20 super chat. First of the night. I appreciate it. New Jersey was an experience. I didn't plan it very well, so I was tired a lot. Taking the red eye and getting there Friday morning and then leaving Sunday, getting to the airport at 4, was not the best, but I don't have to worry about it because I'm not going again. Racing's Natural Aquarium, hello. Half Moon Aquatics says, I hope I get to go next year. Well, the rumor is it's going to be there like the next 4 years, so, you know, if you're close, you'll get a chance next year. Hello, Sunia. I was totally fangirling when you and Sunia met. Two of my favorite people. Yeah, I noticed. Isn't it funny how one live stream we were talking about spiderwood and where you got it, then you go to the aquarium co-op and buy spiderwood. That's not too funny. I mean, that's where I got it. Secaucus, New Jersey is so much closer to New York City than Schaumburg is to Chicago. Yeah, that is true. So, New Jersey is a dump. Yeah, there was a lot of trash there. So, Saturday, after the whole meetup, the YouTube fan meetup thing after the show, that went till like 11:30, and my flight left at 6, so I wanted to be at the airport at 4 because I'm not sure, you know, how long it takes to get through that airport since I've never been there. And I felt like if I went to sleep, I would not have woke up. There's no way I was waking up. So with nothing to do, I decided to roam around New Jersey and just kind of walked around, saw a lot of interesting things, a lot of trash, a lot of people less fortunate, and I saw deer, which was very surprising, and rabbits, and I did not expect to see wildlife in such, well, in that environment, I should say. So it was really interesting. I walked around for a couple hours, got back to my hotel at around 2:30, 3 o'clock-ish, and then got ready to go to the airport. Yeah, good to meet you too, Jeff. Big Smoke says, was hoping it would be in Vegas or LA, maybe Hawaii. Definitely not. Yeah. Jersey is where everything goes when New York flushes. Interesting. Any hypodermic needles along the shore? Well, I didn't go to the shore. But like the sidewalks were just lined in trash. Every like intersection I came to, there was just piles of trash from what I'm assuming like people sitting there begging for money. That's what it looks like. Racing's Natural Aquarium says those were rats. No, they were definitely rabbits. They actually let you get pretty close, which was surprising. Simply Betta says, I can't believe Bob was wandering around in New Jersey darkness all night. You're a nut. Yeah, there was some questionable people, but they kind of stayed away from me. I wasn't too worried about them. There was like a group of 4 dudes walking around that I kind of walked past. That was the only like sketchy thing, but otherwise it wasn't so bad. My LFS was there, and he told me they signed for 5 years there. Yep, that is the rumor. So the Aquatic Experience needs to come to Florida and stay here. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not in Florida. I mean, all the fish companies are in Florida. It would make more sense. They would kill less fish if it was in Florida, but yeah, there was that again. They had like a betta aquascape type contest. They had like 50 tanks, and they killed all the bettas in those tanks. So yeah, there was more of that going on again, just like last year. So yeah, it's not like he was walking around Newark. Well, here's the thing. Like, so I looked on Google Maps, and it said it was a 23-minute walk to New York, and I was like, oh, no problem. So I start walking, and I'm walking and walking, and I'm like, what is going on here? It's been like 45 minutes. So I look, and I didn't change it over to walking. It was still on driving. So it was actually like an hour and a half walk to New York. And by then I was like, screw it, I'm already out here in the middle of nowhere. I'm just going to keep walking around. What else we got going on? Someone lives again. Can you put baby Oscars with... I missed that comment. Let's see. Yeah, someone lives again. Can you put baby Oscars with small koi, or will they tend to fight? I think you're going to have different water parameters there. Koi are generally colder water, right? I lived in Florida for 23 years and I only started keeping fish when I moved north. I missed out. Yep, that's true. Otter Creek says, thanks for stating where it's going to be now. I'll know how much to save. Yeah, that's the other thing. One of the other reasons I'm not going back. Simply Better says, I drove through downtown Newark today and it was pretty scary for this little small town girl. So it cost me more to go to this Aquatic Experience than the last two in Chicago combined. And granted, I didn't share a room, so I paid for the whole room, whereas before, the room was split. But still, it's pretty ridiculous. It's just way too expensive. So yeah, I'm gonna go to other shows instead. Loyal to Myself says, there's good neighborhoods and bad neighborhoods in Jersey. I just think you were in the bad side. Yeah, flying in, it definitely looked like there were some nice areas flying in. Meatman says, pretty upset I missed it. The person I was supposed to go with, good friends, passed, and he had to go to a funeral. Next year I'm definitely going, even if I'm alone. Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out if you've never been. Was the sturgeons for sale? So the thing is like they have all these show tanks, and they don't specifically say for sale. But come Sunday, nobody wants to take their crap back. So if you're there on Sunday, you can most likely get anything that's there. Simply Betta says, the bettas from that display were bagged up at the end and abandoned on the table. I stole a bucket, put them all in it, and asked the IBC gals to take them. They did. Poor fish. Yeah. It's awful what they do to fish there. For a fish show, they kill so many fish. It's ridiculous. So, yeah, I'm out. I'm not going to be a part of the Aquatic Experience anymore. Otter Creek makes a good point. You say you're not going to go, but once the hype comes, I'll see you there. No. And that's what somebody asked me if I was going to go next year, and I'm like, well, I'm going to say no, but come next year, I'll probably go. For me now, it's just a flat no. I think that there's going to be better shows coming up, and that's going to be way more worth my time. The King of DIY with the $69.99. I guess you have an iPhone. Cost me a little more than $3,000 to go, and I thought it was horrible. Nice meeting you, though, Bob. Yep. Yeah, it was nice seeing you, Joey. We got to hang out for a little bit. Yeah, it was pretty horrible, wasn't it? Like, first of all, there was like nobody there compared to Chicago, which is, I guess, kind of understable. It's in a new location. It was set in Chicago. People were used to that. But like when we were there on Friday, it was a ghost town. And there was less vendors, less people, but they still killed the same amount of fish. So there's still that. Yeah, Mandolin FSU says, how on earth did they manage to kill so many bettas? I don't know. That's like, I swear it's like, bettas are like the hardest fish to kill. I mean, it's easy to kill a fish, but out of all the fish, like, how do you kill a betta? I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I know the water in Jersey is terrible, and it was also really cold, and they were just dropping fish. They were just filling up tanks, unheated, and dropping fish in. There was a lot of rainbow fish from other vendors that developed some fungus issues, and yeah, it was just really bad, really bad. But it was really cool to meet everyone. It was absolutely amazing. It was a really good time. You know, a lot of people in the YouTube community were great. It was really fun. I saw the fishbowl. I think was the only person wearing my hoodie, which was awesome. It was really good to meet him. He's a younger kid that has a YouTube channel, so check it out, the fishbowl. Meeting. I actually met Joey 3 years ago, but he probably doesn't remember that. But but it was fun meeting him again, I guess. And you know, Rachel, all of the YouTubers. It was just really great. I'm glad I didn't go now. Thanks for telling the real story. Yeah, there's no point for me to sugarcoat it because I'm not going back. Of course, I didn't sugarcoat it last year either when they killed all the fish. I don't know. I feel like they should be held to a higher standard and not like Petco standards. Like that's what you expect to see when you walk into like a Petco, is a bunch of dead fish, but not at a convention that's for fish. That's pretty ridiculous. But yeah, the water in Jersey, what is going on? I don't even know. I can't even describe what it tasted like. It was awful. And then when you get out of a shower, I felt dirtier than when I got in the shower. It was crazy. Half Moon says, "Oh no, by the looks of everything, Instagram and YouTube, it seemed like everyone was having fun, and that it wasn't that good." Okay, so no, the people were amazing. Okay, everyone was having fun. Don't mistake what I'm saying that, you know, people weren't having fun. It was a ton of fun. It was a blast. The thing is like, okay, so here's my thought process. So I could go to New Jersey again and get just absolutely strung over the coals on price and cost, or like Aquashella is going to be doing 2 shows, one in Chicago and then one in a different location that I don't know if they've announced yet, but I could go to both of those shows for the same price as going to the Aquatic Experience, and I'd rather go to Chicago. I'd rather go to this other place. I know where it is, but they haven't announced it, so I don't know if I'm supposed to. So I'd rather go to both of those shows. I would like to go to the... What's the big cichlid show in Ohio? I think it's in Ohio or somewhere, the Cichlid Association. I'd like to go to that. And so that one show being in New Jersey is going to eat up like the budget for the whole year. Like, I'm looking at my receipts now and I'm just like, this was stupid. It was okay. So from the airport to the hotel was like a 20-minute cab ride, and it was $60. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm thinking like, this guy is probably just ripping me off, but I'm not gonna, you know, I'm just gonna pay it. I'm tired. I'm getting my hotel room. And I was like, okay, I just got ripped off. But then the cab ride back from a different cab company was $60. And I'm like, how is a 20-minute cab ride $60? So I was like, dude, what's the deal? And he's like, well, you got to pay the tolls. And I'm just like, geez, it's ridiculous. $60, 20-minute cab ride. It's insane. It was nice though. So my flight down, I got my flight upgraded. And then I made it to the hotel, and I got my room upgraded to the top floor facing the New York skyline. So that was nice. And then on the flight back, I also got my seat upgraded. So I got all these free upgrades, which kind of helps me in my mind a little bit, but still, it was so expensive. Daryl Deemer paid $55, yeah. Ugh. Chicago seems like a more interesting city to visit than the Meadowlands. Yeah, well, you're in Schaumburg, which is not really Chicago. Schaumburg is a really nice area. Now, the nice thing, I will say, the nice thing about this is that I stayed at Embassy Suites. So if you are going next year, my suite on the top floor was right above the entrance to the Aquatic Experience. So it was literally like 10 steps and I'm in the back of my hotel room, and that was nice. Versus in Chicago, we had to rent a car, but Yeah, that was one of the nice things is if I had to go to the bathroom, I didn't have to use a public bathroom. I could just walk back to my hotel room. So that was nice, but it's kind of crazy. So I set my alarm. It opened at 11. I got there. I got to my hotel room like 7:38. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap for a couple hours. I woke up at 11 and looked down at the entrance, and it was just like a ghost town. I'm like, maybe it opens at noon. I don't know. So I looked it up, and sure enough, it opened at 11. I'm like, well, there's nobody there, so I'm going back to sleep. Ian says most of those cab companies have higher rates to and from the airport. Yeah, I agree. And I've never used Uber in my life, so yeah, I didn't download the app. I mean, I don't even know what to do with Uber. I've never used it, so sorry, but I've been to Chicago and it's not better than New Jersey. Yeah, but the convention is not actually in Chicago, so I'll agree. Chicago is probably not any better than Jersey, but it is outside of Chicago in Schaumburg, which is a nice area. I didn't get to go to New York City, which was kind of disappointing, but you know, I'd rather go in the winter anyways, when like all the Christmas lights are up and that sort of thing. M-House or Meow, as Susan says, the Embassy Suites was nice to have everything within walking distance. I won't drive there again. Yeah, that was the other nice thing is all the restaurants and everything were just right next door, so that was really nice too. Otter Creek Aquatics says, is there a place they post all the upcoming fish shows? I'm out of the loop on that one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. Q Aquatics says the people were amazing though. Yeah, the people, like, I mean, I said that before I even went, that the only reason I'm going is to meet people. Yeah, and the people were awesome. The fish people, the Jersey people weren't the greatest. We had some really bad service at the restaurants, but I don't know, maybe that's just how they are down there. I don't know, but it was pretty crazy how bad the service was. Do we know when Aquashella is going to be in 2019? I don't. Yeah, I don't. Thomas says, I live in New Jersey and Newark is the worst part of it. We are the Garden State for a reason. Chris says, I had a blast walking around Chinatown to the fish stores and the food was awesome. Yeah, yep. I'm going to go check that out one day. One day, maybe, eventually. Was the hotel costly? Yeah, it was pretty expensive. So, the taxes in New Jersey for hotel rooms are ridiculous. It's like 18%. Racing's Natural Aquarium says slow, took forever to get a drink or food. Yeah. Yeah, and at the Red Robin, you know, they have the thing on the table that I've never used before. But you just order right there. And we put in orders for just shakes, just chocolate shakes. And after like 15 minutes of no one still coming around and hitting the request server button, I finally just had to yell at someone. Swisky, help, I'm hooked on Vietnamese coffee. That sounds weird. Who feeds the dogs while you're gone? The dogs were at my sister. Chance is actually really sick right now. I'm not sure what he got into, but he's got what I think hives all over his body. So, not sure what's going on with him. Aquashella confirmed. Chicago 2020 and maybe Texas. You mean 2019? 2019. 2019 is maybe Texas and Chicago confirmed. But I don't know the dates. Like the exact dates. For foreigners, the issue around tipping and taxing in America are hard to work with. Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you go to places that don't tip. Half Moon Aquatics, you're sweet, thank you. Jimmy gets a... Wait, are you guys already back, Jimmy? Aquashella, May 19th. Yeah, so I heard it was either May 19th or the weekend after. And, you know, that's from eavesdropping on the owner of Aquashella, so... Anyways, but yeah, it was super fun, super expensive, and not going back. Especially, I mean, I can't bring anything back unless I want to pay a fortune to check bags, and I don't know. It's just a really long ways to go, really expensive, and you know, I feel like if I could go to 2 shows a year for the same price, then I'm going to be able to meet more people than just 1 show a year. So that's my thinking anyways. It's so crazy to be so close to New York City and not go. New Yorkers only go to Meadowlands for conventions or sporting events. Yeah, I definitely wanted to go. So I was going to go one of the nights, Friday or Saturday night. I was going to go into New York. Friday, I was so tired, I left the convention an hour before it closed to take a nap and to go out to dinner with everyone. Set my alarm, but I still didn't even wake up till like 9:30 or 10. And by that point, you know, the night's pretty much over. So some people went to New York Saturday night, but skipping the previous, you know, YouTube meet and greet, I couldn't miss it again. So I did miss New York. Ian says, I've been to New York City twice and it was cool to see, but it gets old fast. It was really cool to see the skyline from my room. I couldn't take any pictures because I have no idea what I'm doing. And poor Jimmy, I'm messaging him at like midnight trying to figure out what settings I should be using on my camera. And then going to, yeah, it was pretty awful. So Blackwater makes an interesting comment. He says, Aquashella is mostly saltwater, boring. I do not believe that is true. So again, I was kind of by the owner of Aquashella, listening to him. They recognized the impact of freshwater. They were really surprised at the amount of freshwater turnout at the last one. And so the next one is going to have way more freshwater. So, yeah. I didn't go to the last one, so I don't know if the last one was you know, all saltwater, but I know like there was freshwater YouTubers with booths there, so it couldn't have all been saltwater. Simply Better with the $5 super chat. I'll go to Aquashella. If you do, I'm definitely going. Hands down, gonna go to Aquashella after talking to everyone that went there. They may not admit it, but they may not admit it on camera, but everyone said that Aquashella is way better. It's not like, which one's better? It was, when you ask him, it was Aquashella, like, hands down, no thinking about it. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to go to Aquashella. I want to check it out. I'm going to go to both of them. And, you know, by the time Aquashella comes around, I should have New Jersey paid off. Can't believe that place, man. It's ridiculous. And I thought Washington was expensive. Well, I guess it's a different, like, here real estate is really expensive, but in New Jersey you can buy a house for like $1. So I guess it's, you know, maybe it averages out. I don't know. Andy says, with a bit of pre-planning, it would be cool to make a side event like a bus trip to the Meadowlands, to something like New York City, Times Square, or even a Broadway show. Yes, and I'm definitely not doing it the way I did it this year, where I'm just in and out. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go the day before, and I'm going to leave the day after. David Betancourt, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Priscilla MKR says, Aquashella, woohoo. Yeah, and I think more people are going to get to go to Aquashella because both of those locations are more central. Mhow says, Aquashella was better. Yeah, and here's the difference. So, Aquatic Experience is a trade show, all right? Aquashella is not a trade show. Aquashella is put on by hobbyists and YouTubers. A trade show is for corporations to try to sell their crap to retailers. So it's not even really the best place to go for a hobbyist, because it was better this year. There was a lot more booths selling stuff this year than the previous years. I'll admit that. But still, it's made for retailers like stores, fish stores, and that sort of thing. So, anyways, AE was my first fish convention, and it was a bit of a letdown. Yeah. Now, if it was in Chicago, it would have been better for sure. The Chicago ones were better. Well, I've never been to a big aquarium show, so I was blown away by this AE. Yeah, it's different. It's funny the different perspectives that people have. I feel like this. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should stop being so negative. They are. I'm sure they already hate me enough. um, New Jersey was worth it though. Nice being able to meet everyone. Yep. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely great to meet everyone. Shout out for the super chat. Which one? There's been multiple super chats. I don't know how much $70 Canadian is, but it must be over $50 American because it's pink. That's all I know. That's how I know the conversion rate is what color the super chat is. Simply Better says, if there wasn't such a fun community of YouTube people there at AE, I don't think I would have enjoyed it very much. Yep, exactly. What small darter-like fish would you recommend that I keep with a pistos? Well, darters to me would mean like bottom dwellers, which I probably wouldn't recommend with a pistos if you plan on breeding them, because the pistos can get pretty nasty. With a pistos, so my pisto tanks, I pretty much leave the pistos alone at the bottom and then get a top dweller, like a rainbow fish. Priscilla says, Bob is never negative. That is true. That is true. I still bought fish anyways. Kangley guppies and some Severins. Yeah, Kangley's guppies were insane. The Flip Aquatic booth was really nice. And it was shared with Kangley. Well, actually, it was shared with a lot of stuff. You know, all the YouTubers on the YouTube booth was on one side, and then Flip Aquatics was on the other side. And Kangley's guppies, these are the first time I've seen them in person. They are insane. Absolutely insane. If you need guppies, I would hit up Kangley for sure. How much longer before the turtles? It may just be turtle. I'm working on a deal right now for 3 of them. I don't know if I'm going to do it because I don't know that I could house 3 of them long term. So otherwise, I'm still looking for someone who's selling just 1. Priscilla MKR says, what about the show in Seattle? So the show in Seattle, I'm not too sure about that show. So it's the Aquatic Gardener Association or something like that. Probably terrible for not knowing this. But there is a show in Seattle. I already forget when it is. I think it's in March or May. Somewhere around there. Yeah, it's interesting. When you go to their website, they're still promoting the Aquatic Experience in Chicago. So the website hasn't been updated in what looks to be over a year. So I'm not really sure how that show is going to work out. The Flip Aquatic Fish Tube, Flip Aquatic Fish Tube booth was without question the busiest booth area at the whole show. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Kangley is here. Twin City Guppies. There is the guy you want to see if you need guppies, for sure. Squishy Fishy says, can't stay long, but glad to see everyone. Haven't stopped by in months. Well, good to see you too, my friend. I just give Kangley money every time I go to these shows. Awesome fish. Yeah. Like, I have an empty tank right now, and I'm thinking, guppies? Maybe. Yeah, the AGA folks were pushing hard for folks to go to their show next year in Seattle. Then they should probably update their website. That's like, if you go to the website, there's really no information on it. So, and like I said, they're still promoting the Aquatic Experience for 2017. So I don't know. Maybe if somebody knows them, they need to tell them to update their website. Yeah. Nisi says it's that time again. We'll be listening on the drive home. Drive safe. Twin Cities Guppies. Twin Cities Guppy. Twin Cities Guppies. Thank you, Nisi, for the link. Jen and Trev's Fish Room says, hey, Bob, what do you think of starting a fish rescue, especially in the up of Michigan? Well, I don't know how you would go about starting a fish rescue. You're going to need a lot of tanks. You're going to need a lot of big tanks. I assume you've seen the Ohio Fish Rescue with those massive tanks. I don't even know how somebody gets those kind of tanks. I've been looking for years and years and years and have never seen anything over 300 gallons online in my area. One time I saw a 450 gallon, but it had a crack in it, so what's the point? But yeah, I don't even know where you get those massive aquariums. It's insane. And he has like tons of them. Twin City Guppies says, let me know, Bob. Let me know. Yeah. It's tempting. It's tempting. I think the problem is if I do decide to get some guppies is which ones do I want? That's going to be the problem. I mean, if you have the resources to start a fish rescue, just know that it's going to cost a lot of money to not only get the housing, but then to feed those fish is going to be insane. So, yeah. Ohio Fish Rescue talks to museums and such. Museums? Interesting. More conventions should be by steakhouses. Yeah. Well, steakhouses with better service. The first time we went there, like the waiter, Jimmy and I went there, and I don't know what the deal with this waiter was, Jimmy. I don't know if you noticed it, but every time he would walk by, he would just toss the stuff on the table and like keep on walking by, like it was an inconvenience. And then at the end, he finally talked to us, and we were like, "Yeah, we're at the fish convention." And then he was like, "Oh, my dad has fish," and then he starts building rapport, and I'm like, that should have been the conversation at the start of this interaction, not at the end, and coming down and like slamming our plates down and food down, and ugh. Bob, I'll send you one of each, and you decide. Oh man. I do have an empty tank right now that my zebras are gone, but man, I'm still scheming on my turtles. I got to get my turtles. The steakhouses in Manhattan are epic. I feel like the steakhouses in most major cities are epic. Actually, one of the best steakhouses I've been to are in Vegas. So, yeah, I noticed that too, Jimmy. He tried to make up for it at the end when it was time to pay the bill and leave the tip, but I wasn't falling for it. Is it okay to let a bucket of water sit for a few days without adding prime to use that water to top off tanks? I would definitely recommend at least putting an air stone in it so that you can gas off like the chlorine. If you have chlorine in your water, it'll gas that off. So I would definitely get an air stone in there. There's also a historic public aquarium in Manhattan that we could have gone, or we could have done a side trip to. Okay, thanks. Bob, by the way, that fish and rescue is going to be small, starting off with bettas most likely, and that is influenced by the Ohio Fish Rescue. Where would you be rescuing? I feel like if I was to start a beta rescue, I would just go to like every Walmart and start stealing all their bettas. Because to me, that's rescuing a betta fish. Tip, buy low, sell high. Great tip. Jimmy, congrats on the win for the hypest video. I mean, like, was that even a surprise? Is running an airstone counterintuitive if you are running pressurized CO2? So that is a very hot topic on plant forums, Facebook groups. I don't believe so. Some people alternate them. I have run CO2 and airstones in the same tanks. And I don't believe it to be counterproductive. But that's just me. Bob heard steak and he was gone. Yeah. Yep. Anytime someone said it was time to eat, I was like, boo. When Jimmy and I went to eat, like we were asking around for people that wanted to go. And people were like, oh yeah, I want to go. And then they're like, oh, let me find him to invite this person. And that person was like, oh, let me find this person. I got to call this person. And I was like, see ya. You guys can figure that out on your own time. I'm going to get steak. And so Jimmy and I left without everyone, and then we're like almost done eating, and then like the big group of people come walking in, and we're like, sorry man, when it comes to steak, I ain't waiting. Simply Betta says Bob only eats steak. Yep, that is true. And chocolate shakes. So speaking of that, so we go to Red Robin, and obviously I've been to Outback like 100 times by now, so I know where that is. I don't know where the Red Robin is, so I punch it into my GPS, and Google Maps takes me in the opposite direction. I'm walking through 3 business parks. I'm like, I see every single restaurant in the world except for Red Robin. And I'm messaging Simply Betta. I'm like, where is this place? And she's like, it's right behind Buffalo Wild Wings. And I'm like, well, I don't know where that is either. So my GPS takes me behind a movie theater and like to the freeway where there's some obvious shenanigans going on behind this theater. And I'm like, what the heck? This should have been like a 5-minute walk because it's right across the street from Outback. But this whole time I'm messaging people and not one person says it's across the street from Outback. They say, oh, it's by Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh, you go take a right when you leave the hotel. Or, oh, it's over here. Not one person said across the street from Outback, which obviously I would know because I've been there 100 times. But no, it took me into the ghetto, under this bridge on the freeway, and I would try to walk away and go back to my hotel, and it's like, stop, turn around. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this once. I stopped and turned around and followed it again, and it still took me behind the movie theater under an overpass. And I'm like, this is stupid. And so then I'm walking back to the hotel, which is right by Outback, and then I look across the street, and there's Red Robin. And I'm like, really? Not one person could say across the street from Outback. So almost an hour later, I finally show up, and I'm like, I don't want anything to eat. I'm too pissed to eat. So I just got a chocolate shake. Man. Anyways, that's my story. I'm the worst. Glad you found your way, Bob. Then proceeded to have 2 chocolate shakes for dinner. Yep. Hey, Bob, it's across the street from Outback. I'm like, seriously, not one person could say across the street from Outback. AGA convention May 3rd through the 5th per AGA website. There you go. If there is an Aquashella, it's going to be in March. That's what I heard. Again, I was eavesdropping. I swear I'm not dropping no eaves. Yeah, it's going to be the 3rd or 4th weekend in March if there is a second Aquashella, and then later in the year it'll be in Chicago. The ice cream was gone. The ice cream was good too. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you, Benjamin. Got them Fruit Loop. What? Fruit Loop frags? What? Daryl Deemer says, yeah, everyone was complaining that it was taking like over an hour to get their food at Red Robin, so I didn't even order food. That was Friday. Oops, the staff looked so bummed when the mob walked in. Would you rather 100 rummies or cardinals in a 125? I would rather have a rummy nose because I feel like they're not as fragile as cardinals. And I would rather have neons over cardinals as well. I have the worst luck with cardinals though, so I might be kind of jaded with cardinals. I've never had good luck with them. But yeah, so I would go with rummies personally. I think they school. So they both school well, but rummy nose are faster. They swim faster, and so your school would I think the school looks a lot better because they move way faster. Red Robin, none. Yeah. Don't let him turn me into nothing unnatural. Hey, somebody got the reference. CJ Black with the reference. I swear, I'm not dropping no weaves. I watched, I'm kind of disappointed somebody else didn't get that, but I watched that on my flight home. Lord of the Rings. Oh man, the flight home was so good. I got upgraded. There was no one sitting next to me. I was like all sprawled out. Oh, it was great. The flight in, even though I got my seat upgraded, still was not very pleasant because of the person sitting next to me. I don't want to be mean, so I won't say the details, but it was not a fun flight at all. So I was very relieved on the flight home to have all the space I could ever want. Steenfott Aquatics, that's funny because I have awful luck with neons and my Cardinals have been alive for a while. Yeah, I hear that a lot, that people have really bad luck with neons. And my neons are even so I have like 50 neons and they constantly get sick over and over and over, but they don't die, so at least there's that. But But cardinals, they just die when I buy them. They just drop dead. I gotta just think anything witty to say back. Did you see me in the background on Lord of the Rings? Yeah. Did the guy rip a couple? No. No. Like, I'm a pretty big dude, but this dude was, you know, this dude was wide and kind of rolling over into my seat, and yeah, it was just not a pleasant trip. He was a really nice guy though. He was really nice. Steenfott Aquatics, I hate annoying seatmates. I take the bus so often, and I swear every time I get to smelly guy or the guy who sneezes too much. Yeah, so I had the big guy next to me, and then on the other side of him was this girl who was just insanely sick, like blowing her nose, coughing, sneezing, just nonstop. So I do have to thank the guy because I know he definitely took the brunt force of all those germs for me. So it's probably thanks to him I didn't get sick. Well, I'm sure he's really sick by now, but Bob won't be mean, but I will. Giant Bob was squished right next to a couple portly fellow for a good 5 hours. Yep. Racing's Natural Aquarium says my Neons and Cardinals are 2 years old. Wide. CJ Black says, hey Susan and everyone, back to lurking. But Big Steen is the only YouTuber who actually as tall as he looks on camera. I don't get it. I'm not that tall. I'm just not that tall. Air travel is best travel. I would much rather take an airplane than anything else in the world. Anything else. I'm looking forward to meeting you at Future at the AE, and up here in Michigan, I'm attending a mini fish convention and fish care clinic at Northern Michigan University. That is awesome. They used to have those around here, like the fish care stuff, but I don't think they've had it in a while. Steenfott Aquatics, I can even heal a fish from bloat. My fish are dropping like flies, and I need help. Can I even heal a fish from bloat? My fish are dropping like flies. Oh, and I need help. Weren't you the one having problems a while ago too? Swisky says, are you saying I'm a dwarf? No. Well, I'm not anyways. Can't believe I wanted to be a pilot. Crazy idea in hindsight. Chris was the entertainer of the crowd. The Cardinals for my LFS are great. They never had issues with those guys. I thought for a 3-hour drive and a couple $100, it was so worth it to meet everyone. Yeah, a little more expensive for me, but still, it was absolutely awesome to meet everyone. Bob, if you're not y'all, everyone else is short. What? If you're not tall, everyone else is short. I'm not very tall. Worth it, especially if you hit on the raffles. There was a lot of raffles there. Definitely a lot of raffles. Which are always fun. I don't enter the raffles, but I don't want to get stuck taking something home. What else we got going on? Can't believe. Yep, Bob is so tall, I couldn't take a selfie with him. He had to crouch. Well, that is true, but you're short. So, I'm not tall, you're short. Kangley says, we are still on the road right now trying to get home from AE. Wow. Yeah, I know there's still a few people making their way home. I could never do that drive though. I'm an airplane guy all the way. Even if I get stuck next to this dude every flight for the rest of my life, it's still better than a 12-hour car ride. The guy who won the George Farmer tank at the end walked out with over $2,500 worth of hardware. Remember GBR Aquatics, you were so cute and shy. Everyone remember Jeff Rose Fish Keeping is live right after Bob ends. I know it's saying you're a giant. I'm only at most 6'1". At most 6'1". I saw you from the other side of the building. Yeah, I'm sure. I want to see Bob, Kevin, IFG, Alan, and Flynn in the same picture. Well, A-Man is the tallest fish keeper according to my barn cat. Yeah, that dude is the tallest person I've met so far. Do you think it will come back to Chicago in 2 years? No. The rumor is, Wes, that they signed a 5-year lease, so 4 more years in New Jersey. 4 more years in New Jersey. One Fish, Two Fish ROC says hopefully he did not arrive in his smart car. One Fish, Two Fish ROC. Everyone was talking about your hat. Everyone was talking about your hat. I came out with an Aqueon filter and a Tetra 20-gallon. Hey, at least you won something. I would take a 20-gallon all day long. That's one of my favorite sizes. I saw Rachel in the morning and she spit coffee all over herself. When I saw Rachel the first time, she came up and gave me a hug, and I bear hug. That's what I do. I bear hug, and she's like, ah, because she just got her whole back tattooed, and I was like, whoops, I forgot about that. That was kind of funny. Good luck on the drive, King Lee. I will fly next time. The 11-hour drive was a little much. Yeah, that's just terrible. And especially for me, like, there's not enough room to sit in a car that long. Anyways, if you don't, yeah, I cannot sit in a car that long. There's just not enough legroom. Have you seen the trailer of that documentary, The Dark Hobby? No, it's this crazy dude who thinks fish keeping is evil and that hand-catching fish is depleting the ocean forever. Wait, that hand-catching fish is depleting the ocean forever even though it's not? No, that sounds like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of in my life. IFG sent me a picture of people like protesting when their signs were aquariums equal fish jail and they're out in the street protesting. I thought that was a little ridiculous. Whatever. Flint's Fish Forum says, laughing my ass off, Bob's scream. Yeah, Flynn, I gotta apologize to you, buddy. Somewhere along the way you got removed from my recommended channel list, and I didn't notice till today, so I got you back on there. I don't even know how you fell off or when I accidentally deleted you, but I'm sorry. You're back on there now, buddy, though. M-Hound9's fish tanks on my drive home. Every time I got cranky thinking about it, I thought of you and, well, just kept driving. Glad you got home okay. Sounds like some, yeah. There were protesters. No, there weren't protesters at the show. I don't know where these people were protesting. I'm sure it's just, a picture that IFG found on the internet somewhere. But just for someone to use their time to protest that, seems kind of funny. I just seen on my local fish club page they were protesting here at LFS and aquariums. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's like the new thing that people are going to be mad about. I don't know. How long will a cucumber last in a 10-gallon filled with 100 starving auto sinkless? I have no idea. I can say I've never done that experiment before, so I don't know. Amos says, I wanted to go to the New Jersey AE so bad, but after pricing everything, I had to cancel the trip a few months ago. It was too expensive. Yeah, I'm not going back. LOL, it's fine. Thanks for adding me back on. Yeah. Sorry, Flynn. Somebody, I think I've convinced them to up their fish knowledge and get more into the hobby so they have more to talk about next year. Don't know what you're talking about, but that sounds like a good idea to me. How did I miss you, Andy? Simply Better says, great. All right. I got home about 11:30 last night, did the late night acclimation thing, and made it to bed by 1 a.m. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't go to my local fish club anymore, because they do it really late on a Tuesday night, and if I do buy, fish at the auctions, and I'm guaranteed to be up to like 1 or 2 when I have to get up at 4 o'clock the next day for work. So, yeah, that's definitely not any fun, How? The new waste of time? Yeah. Did you just... Okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. People gotta be mad about something, don't they? River Life, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you again. River Life was there. One Fish, Two Fish was the first person I saw. I got to the hotel around 8 o'clock and got my room and went to the continental breakfast, and I heard Bob, and I was like, but yeah, wearing the tinfoil hat was kind of funny. Floyd says, I hate late night acclimation. I always screw up somehow when I'm tired. Yeah, exactly. Like, I have forgotten fish before when I come home at like 1 in the morning from those late night auctions. So it's, yeah. I definitely get where you're coming from, Flynn. People protest everything nowadays. Protest dumbness. Yep, I agree. Dank Tank says 62. All right. I was worried about bothering you too soon. No, you don't gotta worry about it. I pretty much have done nothing today but sleep. I've been sleeping all day. Squishy Fishy says, you need to keep honey gouramis. They are the most beautiful, peaceful gouramis out there. You know, I've still never kept a gourami in my entire life. I'm sure at some point that will change, but so far, that is one type of fish that I have never kept. So did anybody else win anything? I know a lot of people were in for those raffles, and I know they were even trying to get someone to take that 400-gallon tank home. I'm wondering if anybody took that home. Racing Natural Aquarium, One Fish, Two Fish, and Susie Q were going to introduce us, but then we got distracted. Goals for sure. Out of all the people in the community, you're the first one on the must-meet list. Oh, Joel. Why no gouramis? It's not that I don't like them. I've just, for whatever reason, have just not got them yet. I don't know why. There's fish that, you know, I'm like, I'm never going to get that fish because I don't like them. But that's not the case with gouramis. I've just haven't got them yet. I don't have a good reason. Curtis says, I can't wait at my chance for the 1.6 billion on Mega Millions. Yes, I saw that it was at like $950 million when I was over there, but I forgot to buy a ticket. Is it up to 1.6 billion? That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Think how many fish you could buy with $1.6 billion. Steenfott, did you pick up anything from the AE? Nope. Yes, actually, I got 1 cup of Styrogen Repens because I've been looking for that plant forever. And Simply Betta was nice enough to pick up a cup for me. So that's the only thing that I got. I didn't even take any pictures. I took no pictures. I didn't film anything. Well, I did film one thing, but it had nothing to do. That was like at, you know, it was like at 1:30 in the morning when I was wandering through New Jersey. I did film a few things, and I took like pictures of like abandoned buildings and stupid stuff like that. But as far as fish related, I didn't take any pictures, no videos. It was really nice just to be able to hang out and chill and not have to worry about any of that stuff. Not having to come home and just sit at a computer and edit. I'll have to do that anyways because I have like no videos. So I did come home to some fry. I came home to some dead fish. Actually, quite a bit of dead fish. Just one type of dead fish. You guys, you know, it'll be in the next video. But you know, with death, there is new life, and I got fry, so that's kind of neat. Hi, Bob. Just wanted to jump in and say hi. I think you killed me in PUBG. I'm CJ Black's husband. Did I? Oh man, I don't know. Like, Big Steen is not as uncommon of a name as I thought it was. Katie Tropicals, Bob literally just stood there the whole weekend. That's not entirely true. I walked around a lot, but I did stand around a lot too. I did stand around a lot. Like a statue, but he stood tall. Yep. Now I gotta go. See you later, Flynn. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, I probably paced that joint, and you did too. So don't act like it was just me. I'd be standing over here, and I look over, and you're standing over there. So you know, let's be real. The thing that really surprised me was that Ted Judy gave a talk about collecting trip to Colombia, and then said it only cost him about $3,000 per week down there, all inclusive, cheaper than AE. Yeah. Yep. Well, Peru, you know, if you take out the cost of airfare for Peru, it's only $1,500. So John says, except for when you jumped into my arms. Yeah, has that picture gone out yet? Have you posted that picture anywhere? I just followed you today on Instagram, so I didn't see it. We'll see there's a couple of interesting pictures and videos that I would really like to get out on social media. Um, it would be really awesome if some of these videos made it to social media. I am not in possession of any of them, so otherwise they'd already be out on social media. But there was some good shenanigans going on throughout the weekend. GBR Aquatic says, after the whole experience, I got a ton of knowledge and really want my channel, really want to get my channel up and running. Yeah, that's basically one of the best places you can go. If you're surrounded by that many YouTubers, you can get a lot of really good advice. The thing with me, it's fun meeting everyone, but I don't know their YouTube names, so it's hard for me. Like, if I met you and you told me, hey, my name is Jimothy, but you didn't tell me your YouTube name, and now you're talking to me with your YouTube name, I have no idea who you are. So that's kind of that part kind of sucks, but otherwise, it's still awesome to meet everyone. Mhow Meow says, proud of my daughter. She fed my fish on Sunday. I hadn't asked her to. She did Friday and Saturday for me and was able to pick up the correct food and amount. That is awesome. I did not feed my fish at all. Swisky says, I have a few. Kitty Truckles, hey dude, sorry I can't ever make your streams, but I watch them after, says Bracken. Bracken, are you going to go to the AGA this year in Seattle? I feel like you probably should. I've got the pick loaded in the barrel, just waiting for the right time to put it out. Nice. This stuff is so good. Yeah, mate, you quit. You signed my poster on LR Brett's back. Oh, okay. Okay. There was a lot of back signing going on for sure. But I think I know. I signed 3 posters on his back, so you're one of 3 people. So at least we got it narrowed down a bit. I just noticed video games are cheaper at Sam's Club. Picked up Black Ops 4 for $55 today. All right, what about Bob? Good pickup. I don't think I'm gonna buy that one. I think I'm gonna skip it. AGA is in May. I think it's the first weekend in May, and it is in Seattle. Oh, when is AGA Seattle? So you already knew that. I think it's the first weekend in May. The best picks I got are from Swisky. Yeah, it was kind of unbelievable sitting at the YouTube booth and just the sheer amount of cameras that are just sitting around. Like, people are just setting down their cameras and just leaving them there. And I'm like, I don't, obviously us other YouTubers are not gonna steal your camera, but there's random people walking around that you don't know. And yeah, I mean, I haven't heard of anything being stolen, but I remember when I sat down at the live stream, there was just cameras everywhere. It was crazy. Signed my first boob. All right. Good for you, Jimmy. Good one. Susan linking my website. Thank you very much. And Barbara, if you're still here, thank you for buying my mug. You'll have to let me know how good or bad it is. Apparently the clock, Nisi says the clock is really nice, so that's nice. Racing National Aquarium, how about them Cowboys? Bob has 4 second-hand cameras to sell. Yep, exactly. I'm only 7'4" with my high heels on. That's weird. I forgot my camera somewhere at least 10 times. Yeah, that is insane. There was also okay, so we're coming towards the end of the show. I didn't know this, but apparently there's a rumor that I was carrying a firearm, like my concealed firearm the whole time. And I don't even know why that was even a rumor, but come on, people. I got on a plane and I went to New Jersey. I did not have a firearm on me. I don't know how that rumor started, but apparently everybody knew this except for me. That is absolutely absurd and ridiculous. So, to all the people who thought that was true, about the dumbest thing ever. Come on, guys. I said on the way home, Tracy had it on her phone and said, "Yep, I can hear. I can hear John now. Not in New Jersey. You'd be in jail." Yeah. Simply better. Yeah. Seriously. I mean, yeah, guys. I walked onto a plane with my concealed pistol. I went to New Jersey, where it's pretty much illegal to even own a pistol. I walked around a freaking convention, gave like 200 hugs, and yeah, come on. Come on, guys. They started a rumor to get the truth hidden from them. For real, though, Pam and Jim are pregnant. Oh, man. Yeah, they started one rumor to offset the other one true rumor. One reason I never drive 5 minutes into New Jersey is no guns. Yeah. And so, like, somebody might have saw this, because I had this with me. But this is not a gun case. Alright, guys, I'll show you right now. Where am I? See, there are cameras in there. So that's the only thing I could think of, is maybe somebody saw this case. You know, it's a pretty heavy-duty case. It, you know, it kind of looks like a gun case. And assumed that, you know, maybe they just assumed something. I don't know. But, anyways. So Bob actually wasn't happy to meet you. It was a gun. No. No, I was actually happy to meet everyone. You do look suspicious with that hoodie. Yeah. Yeah. You know, at one of my previous jobs, because I always wear hoodies, someone actually got offended and felt threatened because I wore a hoodie. So stupid. I now bow down to you, KD Tropical, and paid my bet. Do you still have t-shirts for sale? I do. They are on my website, steenfottaquatics.com. It's not illegal if you secretly work for the CIA, yeah. Nisi says the clock is pretty dang amazing. That is sweet. I thought I felt that concealed gun during one of those hugs. Come on, guys. Let's keep it PG. Jeez, get out of the gutter. Jay Wilson, what's up, buddy? Jay Wilson, I'll probably be seeing you in March, my friend, in March. Has your boy Jimmy the Viet boy took you to any good Viet deli shops yet? No, because I wouldn't eat that food. Sorry. I will not eat that food. What else? KD Tropicals, I cut across through the parking lot at the first chance and then let my GPS find me a better route. It worked too. So I do have a new phone. I mean, I did upgrade and got a real phone. So it's way bigger than I like. I hate these large smartphones. You have a room? I have a room? You have a room for you guys? It's in Dallas, though. Are you in Dallas? I mean, I know you're in Texas, but I don't know. Like, are you in Dallas? Plus, you don't want me coming over and keeping you up with all my snoring. What about Bob says, Steenfott Aquatics, where did you get your Tegu? Is she captive bred? Yes, she is captive bred by Underground Reptiles. Yep, got her from Underground Reptiles. Jay, and I'll also be messaging you, like I said, at some point this week when I get caught up and things are kind of calming down for me. I'll give you a message later this week. If you guys need a Tegus, I would definitely consider Underground Reptiles. That is something that they do very, very well. And the owner is like the nicest dude ever. PGF, who starts rumors like that? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Who starts rumors anyways? It's so random. Like, and for me to find out like after the fact that this was like a rumor that was spreading everywhere and everyone knew about it. So funny. So funny. I heard they call New Jersey the communist state. That's what I call California. Definitely what I call California. You guys should rent a double-decker RV next time. I would absolutely love to go in on an RV, like a bus-size, rockstar-sized RV, and just like travel to these conventions, hit up fish stores, hit up fish rooms. You know, kind of like Corey has done over the last year, except those three dudes were crammed into a minivan. I'm not about doing that. I will pony up, pay my fair share for an RV, even pay a driver. I'm sure we can find some homeless guy and pay him like $20 a day to drive us around America. I would much rather do that. That is my only other preferred travel other than flying, because I think that would be so fun. How the mug is? Wait, I'll let you know how the mug when it gets here. It's in Georgia at the moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just looking at it the other day and noticed that it had shipped. So, yeah, you'll have to let me know. Hopefully, it's better than the last one. With a giant decal of Bob's head on the side? No. KG, it's got to be like that picture where the body is really small and the head is really big. That picture was awesome. Like a caricature, whatever. I'm not even going to try to say it, whatever. Anyways, everyone, it is past 6 o'clock. It is time for me to go. What are you coming here for in March for Aquashella, Jay? Aquashella may or may not be coming to Dallas in March. A fathead. Yeah, exactly. Did that work? Okay, there we go. The rumor is, Jay, the Aquashella is going to be the 3rd or 4th weekend in March in Dallas. Again, just a rumor. And we all know that not all rumors are true, clearly. But, yeah. So, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hope that it's in March. And then it'll be in Schaumburg, Chicago later in the year. They're trying to do 2, so we'll see. Anyways, everyone, it was really fun to hang out and